All right. I got you.
Yes. Greetings and welcome to War Commander Unshackled, Gears, Tears, and Cheers. Tonight we're going to be going over a few things. 𝕾𝖶𝖈 has blessed us with a lot, and I do mean a lot of notes to go over tonight. Tonight on my panel, well, it's just me and Venom tonight. We may have an impromptu visitor. Just so you know, I'm not going to mention any names because he may or may not show up. Last minute thing, if he does, hey, that's great. And it will be a closed panel. Nobody will be able to join at that time while they're here. So, so Venom, what you got to say?
Well, I think the title is definitely apropos. Is it going to be Tears or is it going to be Cheers? I think there's a little of both tonight with a lot of content to discuss. And hopefully we'll get a lot of people's opinions out there on YouTube. So I'll let you run away with this show. You can handle it, I'm sure. And I'll just take my cues from you. Whatever you want to start on, we'll start with. If you want me to read, I'll read. If you want to read, by all means.
All right. Well, let me do my screen share. And let's see here. It's showing up on YouTube. It is showing up on YouTube. So first tonight, we're going to go ahead and go over the downtime and release notes, patch notes, and whatnot. So, commanders, the following changes and fixes have been applied on Wednesday, May 9th updates. Blitz. Win a second chance of prizes from eligible bases using your hard-earned gold. Current eligible bases, metal and oil, and thorium. Additional bases will be added in the future. All right, we got the mission system, which was implemented. Win metals, thoriums, and units by completing a challenging new mission. We've kind of asked for this for quite a while, and it has been implemented back into the game. This is not just for the lower levels, it's for the higher levels. So you get, please note, the new mission system will not be available directly after downtime. There are a few known issues that we'll be testing on live servers before we enable it for everyone. Example mission: kill 1,000 of any unit, kill 100 riflemen, destroy 10 command centers, destroy 1,000 walls, destroy 10 rogue faction bases. Well, looks like it's live kind of sort of right now because I see it on mine. However, I can't do them right now because I don't want to lag out the show.
Yeah, I think certain players are seeing it in their server, but it's not just across the entire game yet. So,
starting soon, you will have Warpath, gain honor, climbing the leaderboard, laying waste to your enemies, win powerful Bloodthor medals in this time-limited PvP event. We also will have Invasion at the same time, so this is going to make it kind of fun, in a sense. Some are going to love it, some are going to hate it. There are spiders everywhere. Fend them off to win units and training tokens. This is your best chance to win training tokens for the Envoy. All right? We all know about how Warpath works. We all know how Invasion works. But combine them together, it's going to make for some fun. All right, so the new thing that's been implemented is the morale. In efforts to combat the Ring of Fire behavior, platoons on the world map are now affected by morale. If a platoon loses a battle, then they will suffer low morale. Losing a battle while in low morale sends that platoon back to your base. So in other words, if you got platoons around your base, it gets hit, you get a defeat. With that being said, next thing on the thing will be the May Gear Store. No update notes, but with the Gear Store, new Burnside tech is now available along with 𝕬𝖆𝓴 tech, and more. Your thoughts on this, Venom?
Yeah, I do like the changeover. It was about due. I mean, there's really only 2 units that have good tech that we needed. So people who need the Ardor tech, it's out for you. And they still have the last chance stuff. So
yeah, it's still viable with this unit here. 𝕉𝖴 is a wonderful unit to have, along with the hero tech, because it combines basically all the purifier tech into one tech for each of the bronze, silver, and gold. So it's a good thing.
I thought maybe somehow
But,
got mixed up
so, well, let's get on.
I don't see you on YouTube showing the pictures right now.
Really?
Just to let you know.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Let me rescreen share then. Did I have a little crash, maybe?
It's possible. I do have you highlighted and presenting to everyone.
All right.
There we go. Let me see.
I was wondering what happened there. So,
give it a second.
All right. Now that we're rescreen sharing out to everybody. All right. Next thing will be, because I went down the line on what I opened, the mission system briefing. All right. So I like that artwork. I'm going to be doing something with that. Do not worry. All right. Commanders, Ruby has initiated mission protocol designs to help all commanders advance their agenda in the sector. Will you answer the call? Details. The new mission system will be implemented to the live servers after downtime on Wednesday, May 9th, but will not be available right away. There are still a few known issues that need to be worked out. Well, I'm seeing it on mine, so it's all new missions only apply to rogue faction bases. This includes event bases and shadow op bases. This does not apply to defensive waves in invasion or monthly events.
And a caveat to that, I don't mean to interrupt, but because I was a dullard and did it myself, make sure you understand when they specify rogue factions, these are not Sentinel, Corpus, or Survivor. Those are factions that we can align to. They're not rogues. I ended up taking the one-time use unit into a base, Survivor's base, thinking, oh, I'm a smart son of a gun. I'll go into a good base with a lot of units that I can get my kill 1,000 units or whatever it was, just set them in there and let them go have it at Ruby. Lo and behold, it didn't credit me any kills at all because Survivor is not considered a rogue unit.
Well, these would be considered your Iron Strike 60s, your Highway Zealots.
Yes.
And a few other ones if they bring those back, which I doubt, but there will be a little icon on that base that'll tell you that is for one of your missions. In the new mission system, you'll have 4 mission slots located at the bottom right of your game. This includes 1 faction mission slot and 3 standard mission slots. When you first log in, all 4 slots will automatically populate at random missions, such as kill 1,000 units, kill 100 riflemen, destroy 10 command centers, destroy 1,000 walls, destroy 10 rogue faction bases. Some missions will come with specific requirements. For example, destroy 25 liberators using acolytes. This means you will only get progress for the liberators that you kill by the acolytes. Other missions may use keywords only. This indicates you must use that particular unit exclusively. If you deploy any other unit, progress will not be counted for that point. For example, destroy 10 command centers using only hammers. That means you can only take out your hammer tank and destroy the command center with it. You will receive progress if you deploy hammers and then liberators. You will not receive the progress even if you retreat the liberators. So that means if it says only use a hammer, that's it. Don't bring anything else. Don't deploy anything else. So once you complete a mission, you can then claim the prize currently set to medals, thorium, or units. After claiming, that mission in that slot is removed and replaced with a new one within a day. However, you can extend those and make it go quicker for, you guessed it, more gold. These missions are also dynamic and will show you your progress as you work towards completing them in rogue faction bases. This means that you will now be able to see your 4 active missions while you're battling rogue factions. Note that you cannot make progress in your missions against PvP bases, depots, or platoons. So somebody says to kill 25 liberators, and somebody puts 25 liberators in a plat, and you go to kill it, it doesn't count. It has to be in the rogue faction bases only.
Yeah. So just to recap really quickly, the Achilles heels and the catch-22s. Like you said, there are specific specific base requirements. So if you were to bring in a platoon, in the example they gave of the hammers, you have a platoon with 3 hammers and 5 liberators. You go in, you send in your hammers, you kill the base, kill the command center, and then leave. You get your credit. You go in, you kill the command center with your hammers, you retreat your hammers, you deploy a liberator, and you kill the rest of the base. When you're done, you don't get jack squat. The other tantamount to this is these are also for the blitz packaging, for the rerolls of things. In the blitz bases, you are a one-time only attack. So if you go in, kill destroy most of the base, and then leave, that icon for the blitz disappears. It goes gray. You'll no longer have the ability to get those rewards. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So it literally, we'll see that in the the other page, I guess, in the end when we get to that. But then
Hunter did have a good question out there. Does this include LSD?
For when I did my first 4, and I used it was kill. I want to say kill 1,000 units, any unit, using only Santiago, and LSDs did count. However, I did make mention. I personally watched 6 Last Stand Defender. What is it? The friggin' mortarmen come out of a tower or bunker, and when my Santiago's volley of 2 orbs would hit that pack of 6 Last Stand Defenders, it was not accurately accrediting me the proper number of kills. There were 6 units that popped out. It would give me credit for like 4, because the volley might hit 2 or 3 units at once, kill all 3, but it was only popping up a +1 or a +2 rather than the +3. So keep that in mind. At the end of it, I walked away, let the last base go on Ruby, and it did accredit me for the completion. So I don't know if it was only a visual error. I will say that it could have been just a visual error, because it still seems to have credited me for the 1,000. When I was my last base, it was a little bit short of that. I would have assumed it would have been short, but again, I walked away and I had buildings left, so I don't know how many other Last Stand Defenders popped out of all the power plants and everything that was still remaining. So it could have actually accredited the 1,000 for 1,000. And if that's the case, it did make me maybe destroy like 1,050 units because of the miscue. So there is that. It is a one-time only thing for the bonus thing. Again, if you want to re-roll, which we've asked for re-roll, now they've brought it back for us, but they've brought it back in a way we didn't exactly ask for, which is forcing us to use gold to instill the random number generator, which I don't particularly care for. There was one other thing I wanted to say, and I forgot.
Yeah, while you're thinking that one, Hunter actually asked, does this include spiders that respawn? Well, if you remember in one of the missions we had to kill, what was it, 200 units? The respawning spiders did count. So I'm going to assume that respawning does count, because they did count in several missions in the during the events. So, but I can ask and get back to you guys on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say I could agree that it's probable that it is going to count, but at the moment I haven't come across any of the things that require me to hit the spiders. So far, the first 4 missions were kill a command center in any rogue, kill 10 command centers using phalanx in any rogue, kill 1,000 units of any type using Santiago, and for the life of me, I forget the 4th mission.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get rid of next thing we're going to talk about gear store update. All right, it says, Commanders, the gear store has been updated for May. Your highlights. Adra is priced at 800k medals. Of course, you can get her tech. This is Burnside's tech, actually, right now. This is new. You got the special mix. Fuel, 300k medals, plus 25 damage to building, plus 15% movement speed. You get the new custom nozzle. That's 400k. 100% increased AoE size and range, plus 30. And then, of course, you've got his heroic tech. It's 500k medals. Increased movement speed by 100% for 5 seconds after taking damage for the first time in combat. Killed units explode on death and fires 2 projectiles at the enemy. Last chance items have been added. Engine pivot. This is for the blackout. Draining coils and drone commander unit. This is all for the blackout. Chaplain, you can get for 115k. Seekers, 95k.
I was there.
Tech editions. Dun dun dun. Tight space armor. 300k for Adra. Hydrogen core inductor, 400k. And her heroic tech for 500k. Now for the side skirts for the Seeker, 20k. Overhead armor, 20k. Light missile, 50k. Heavy missile, 50k. Artillery drills, 125k. And OS training is 125k. Of course, for the chaplains, you've got heavy fuel and lightweight fuel for 12.5. Focus nozzle, and wide nozzle for 31k. Sprint training and combustion training for 78k in your medals. Ooh, we got a sale on the Valiants. 120k medals. So you can get their thick-plated armor and heavy-plated armor for 20k a pop. The lightweight rotors and silent rotors for 50k. Long-range accuracy and blitz training, 120k medals a pop. Removals. You've got the Fury, Orin, and Cyclops have been removed. The Fury tech has been removed. Orin tech has been removed. And Cyclops tech has been removed. There's no sense in me telling you what has been removed. Just know that it's for these units. It's gone.
Yep.
So, what do you think of this? YouTube, what do you think?
Where's the blooming token basis for Gen 2 units?
Give it another month. I'm pretty sure it'll come out. So, you got to give time for the Gen 3 units, probably on the 3rd or 4th one that we get. It will be, they'll start popping out bases. I'm estimating about another month, maybe 2.
Yeah, sorry doxing, but if the TV's not on in the background, the kids will be killing Dark Shadows. So.
Yes. Is it that loud?
No, not really. Not really. Every once in a while it would pop in a little louder, that's all.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just your microphone trying to pick up.
All right. Kids,
shit except for Armor Blackouts.
I'm sorry, but the kiddos got to watch your soap operas.
Oh,
for all the men and women out there that know how soap operas are, guys, we got to put up with them for our ladies.
TV novellas.
And ladies just love them. But you got to love the drama. So,
Yeah.
although, what other TV shows can you sit there and miss? You know, like 3 years of it and pick up right back where you left off.
Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely TV series and movies that you can put in front of me with no volume, and I can recite nearly verbatim, word for word, the characters' statements.
All right.
Yeah, fear, you're not a lady. You're a woman. You're all women.
So, all right. Next up, Blitz Briefing. This is on those new bases that are out where you can use your gold for the re-rolls and whatnot.
This is the hot topic.
This is the hot topic. All right, Commanders. Have you ever wanted to receive a second set of prizes from a base without having to play through it again? Now you can with Blitz. Well, details. Metal, oil, and thorium bases are now blitzable. Different types of these bases will slowly be made eligible over time. Blitz bases now display the following icon overhead. Now, for those of you that want me to zoom in, there it is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about these icons. Are it makes it a one-time only. You'll see that in the details as you go on.
Once you enter the base, you cannot leave this base. So let's say you want to do 5 at one time. Well, guess what? You can only do because you got to be quick. You can leave the base as long as you come back. As long as you come back before the end of the time when you get the victory screen or whatever. That is the only time you can do the blitz.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. So you go into the base, you start the attack, you do what you got to do. If you run out of time or you end the attack for whatever reason, say you want to run back and build a missile or a plane, or you have to swap something out because you screwed up. When you go to re-enable the attack, you will no longer be eligible for that re-roll. You'll still get the regular reward for completing the base, but the ability to re-roll it will be negated by the fact that you took more than one attack on the base.
So it says here, basically, the blitz places will display the following icons overhead on the world map. Ending the attack on the blitz base without beating it will deactivate the blitz on this base and display basically a black and white version of that same icon. Now, after successfully attacking and an option to the blitz, the target will appear with the victory screen if the base is eligible. Blitz targets must be completed in one attack to qualify. Blitz bases allow you to instantly roll for another prize for a gold cost. Each base, it says, the gold cost is determined by the amount of damage your platoon takes during the battle. No additional damage is taken by the blitz base. So, here are the following items you can find currently planned. Items that we'll be receiving from the blitz. Metal and oil. Spec ops. Loot chests. Well, we all know what loot chests give us. Tech. Thorium and metals. These prizes are dependent on which items are available in the specific blitzable base. All right.
The only question I have is with the loot chests. They normally give us tech, sometimes units in tech, correct? Yes. I haven't attempted these yet, so I don't know if these are potentially giving out pre-built units with their loot chests, as we sometimes see in the gold purchase packages, or if all of these are just buildable queue numbers. If they're pre-built units, you got to also keep in mind, your overcapacity issues.
Exactly. So that being said,
hey, Fear.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Felt like this panel needed a bit of diversity.
Well, thank you. So, important points. Blitz is no longer available on a base after leaving the victory screen. If you leave the battle and it finishes while you're not inside, as I said, the blitz will not be available. If you leave a battle, rejoin, and finish the base, the blitz will be available upon the victory screen. Now, if you finish a base after having left a previous one, blitz will only be available on the base you have open at that time. So if, for example, you have 535 bases going that has the blitz option, and, well, 2 of them complete while you're in the third one, you don't get those blitz screens. You will get the blitz screen on the third base that you have open at that time. Now, gold cost is calculated from damage taken due to not considering unrepairable units like single hero units or missiles. Gold costs have a minimum value determined based on the specific base. So the gold cost is dependent on damage taken. The more damage you take, the more it's going to cost you for a reroll.
Which is counterintuitive.
I don't like that.
It should be the more damage you take, you should be given a discount. But that is
not necessarily.
Honestly,
hey,
it shouldn't relate. It shouldn't relate to damage. Hey,
Yeah,
what's
we
up,
can
come on in.
Oh, buggers.
All right.
Welcome into the show.
Welcome to the party. Yeah,
I've seen some of the shit that they've been doing. It's fucking outrageous. You know, I still got a ticket that's been sitting for 8 days.
Yeah,
This blitzing thing, though, isn't new to other games. I've seen it done in other games, and it's not a bad idea. It's a great way for people that have the gold and just want to farm but don't want to farm.
Yeah, that is true. It does definitely caters to a certain genre. My biggest problem with it, my problem with running a random number generator through a system of you inject cash to get the chance at better prizes is it will greatly increase the vast chasm between the haves and have-nots, not even based on just the amount of time you can put in the seat and play, but now the amount of coin you're willing to inject in the game.
Well, what kind of messes with me is when they stripped it from us, they said there was a problem with the system. Well, the problem was they wasn't making no fucking money off of it. That's the problem. That was the problem with it.
Here's the thing, though, is I've got something for you guys, okay? How long has it been broken for? That's the thing.
A long time.
Very long time. At least I'm going on, I think 3 years, 4 years maybe.
So did they bring reroll back?
It's been 3. Well, this is in essence reroll. It's reroll without free reroll for thorium. It's reroll for gold. But yes, it was. Remember, it was functioning broken for a year. It was up there. It was up there, and it just wasn't working. But it was still popping up, but you couldn't do shit. And then they took it out. They took the pop up away, and it's been like 2.5, 3 years like that. So yeah.
But I should probably read this blitzing thing.
So here's, I mean, the only thing I don't mind doing the blitzing, but you know, at least give somebody the option of, you know, when they blitz, at least getting their amount of gold that they spend back.
Well,
that would be one option. However, the only reason I think they didn't include, you know, getting gold back is 2 reasons. A, it would be considered gambling.
They've never made a way where we've been able to earn gold ever in this game. Ever have I been able to earn gold.
Right. But
because the thing is, the only way to be able to earn gold while playing the game was only available to players who have never coined on the game.
Yeah.
Anyone who's put even a single dollar into the game, onto their account, will not have that ability. Suckers.
So, you know, give us an opportunity to earn the same amount that we just spent, or
well, look, I'm really torn between this, because part of me is infuriated at the concept. You know, at the same time, I want to say on the other side of the coin, I agree it's a good idea, but Dark Shadows, I don't agree that they should be earning back the same amount of gold, or even, you know, even at this point, even more gold. Like, I wouldn't go with more gold. I wouldn't go with more gold, honestly. Well, see, that would be the thing. You either have to give a person the ability where, okay, they spend 30 gold, but they have the chance to be compensated 50, 75, 50, 60, or 75 gold, where they actually win something more for the opportunity to inject currency in.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like you said, and I made this misconstrued idea that would it possibly be part of gambling, but you set me clear on that. But my problem is I do not, and this is personal from my experiences in the past of this game and my own conspiracy theories about certain things. Like when I would go to a base, I'd go and hit 7 of the same exact base, same setup, same layout, same units, same tech, same platoon. I'd go in, I'd hit, I would take a shitload of damage. I'd repair, I'd go in, I'd hit, I'd take a shitload of damage. I'd go in, I take a lesser unit, and I walk the base with no fucking severe damage. And it implies in me, conspiracy-wise, that there's always been in this game a background ability for the game to assess what you're taking into battle. And thus it could buffer for or against your ability to complete, just ramp up, whatever. That obviously wasn't necessarily true. But this current system where the more damage you take is going to adjust the amount of gold that you are being asked to use, that I don't like. That I don't like at the core of being a legitimate, equal opportunity, fair and just game. If they want to do it, as much as I don't like the fact that they're coercing us to gold coin for the ability to re-roll, okay, fine. But it's a standard amount for any player, no matter if they blow every freaking tune they've got in the base or they use a dog and don't take any damage. It should be 30 gold, 15 gold, whatever. That's it, period. Reroll, 15 gold. Reroll, 15 gold.
Hey, I just did a, Iron Strike 30 just to check the reroll. And
different ones are different prices. What do you got, 30?
I got a fucking Raining Blood, so I'm pretty happy.
Oh, well, you don't have to reroll. Congrats.
Well, not necessarily. I just wanted to check. Okay, so I took 0 damage in this base.
You go.
And and it's not a reroll, cause it's not a reroll. I don't like people calling it a reroll. It's not really a reroll. You're not re-rolling it to get a different loot, because that's what reroll implies.
But that's what it is.
You're getting a free base. You're getting a free base out of it, and that's what this is doing. It's running a secondary base instantly, and you get a new set of loot. It doesn't change your current loot. It gives you a duplicate loot chance, because you're paying for another base to be instantly done.
Well, to me, the way I feel about it is we've done this in the past. We've completed a base, and it's given you a reward of metals and oil. And then a chest would come up, and the chest would be a loot prize, secondary to the completion prize. In your case, the completion prize was the Raining Blood Spec Op. The secondary chest prize would have been this, what I deem, reroll. That's how I view it, and that's being subject to the coin. You're going to get the initial prize for the completion of the task. If we went into old bases, you did a rogue oil base and you got the oil, then it would pop up where you would collect a rolled prize or RNG prize at the time. We're talking 3-4 years ago, and that could be a spec op like Raining Blood. Back in the day, you'd pump in thorium, 1,000 thorium, then what was it, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, something like that. But you pump in thorium, it would change that from upgraded muscle to fucking the next tech, some other prize to maybe 60,000 extra oil or whatever. And that's how it was. The initial prize for the completion was granted, guaranteed. The secondary, and of course, and I'm not a hypocrite, all secondary prizes are prizes of choice. You do not have to, nor are you obligated to collect them. And thus this reroll, you are not, or this blitz, you are not obligated to participate. But this is what I think you're confusing a lot of people, because this isn't a reroll. That's what people need to understand. This isn't a reroll. You're not paying gold for a reroll. What you're paying for is, think about it this way, right? You hit a base. 𝕾𝖶𝖈 records exactly how you hit that base, and then it gives you an option to be able for 𝕾𝖶𝖈 to instantly clear a base the exact same way you just did it.
for a specific amount of gold cost. So what happens is instead of you just doing that one base, you can pay that extra. So for me on that base, it was 3 gold cost. If I wanted to, I could pay 3 gold and they would automatically do another base exactly the same way I just did mine. I would take the exact same amount of repair. That's what it's going. From what I believe, you don't get that extra repair. That extra repair goes through as the gold cost for the blitz.
So do you get twice the XP for completing the base?
No.
Then you're not redoing a fucking base. It's a reroll.
You're not. That's the point. That's what you're paying. You're paying the gold.
Okay, hang on. Guys, shut up. Shut up. So, the other thing that you all need to understand with this paying gold to re-roll your prize, or as Fear would put it, having 𝕾𝖶�ㄟ do another base for you like this. Okay? The same way you did it. The thing is you may get a better prize, you may get the same prize, or honestly, you may get a worse prize. So with that being said, and that is straight from CM Bernie.
Exactly.
Because I asked about it. So it is what it is. It is technically having 𝕾𝖶𝖄 basically see if you're going to get a better prize. You may get the same, you may get worse. You may get better.
It's the exact same principle as the old thorium system in bases before.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Sometimes you get a better prize, sometimes you get worse.
No, because the difference is you're not re-rolling. You're not forfeiting your current prize. That is the biggest difference. That's why this is not a re-roll. What you're doing is it redoes the base.
So you get
an extra set of prizes.
All right, hold on. So what you're alluding to is I go into the base, I complete it. It gives me the pop-up that says I got raining blood. I pay my 3 gold. It gives me the raining blood and another prize. I pay another 5 gold, and it gives me a 3rd prize. That's not what's happening.
Can you? How many times can you blitz a base, like the same base? Can you blitz it multiple times?
Once.
Okay. So I go into a base, right? Say I do an Iron Strike 60, for example, where the bulk of your resources comes as a loot prize after, right? Now, there is no secondary prize. There's no spec ops you get from the base. There's nothing extra, right? So what people need to understand is what you're paying the gold for is to instantly have that exact same base done for you instantly. So instead of you having to go out and do another base, it's instantly done. So not only so the gold cost is doubling what you get from that base. It's not re-rolling what you got from that base to a different prize. It's doubling your prize. Now, it won't be the exact same prize because if there's a loot chest involved, the loot chest will be random. But in the case of an Iron Strike 60, you won't get your 85 mil res. You'll be getting 170 mil res.
Have you tested that?
I have not, but that is what this is about.
Okay. Let me see if Bernie is online.
If you want, I can fucking test it. I've got some gold. I don't care about spending it. I really don't.
Let me see if he answers real quick.
I can screen share right now and do an Iron Strike 60 if you guys want.
I'm doing a 40 that was right outside my base right now.
Oh, okay. You're screen sharing. All right, cool.
I don't even know what's gonna. I just Ruby and I just threw fucking Furies and my Elite Siege in there just to pick it away.
So to answer, yeah, there is a question in chat. So I believe you can only blitz a single base once.
Well, yeah, you can only blitz it once,
but that means you can just go to another base. It's basically cutting your farming time in half. But you're
so there's my initial prize is 8,000 medals. So I collect that. Resource looted 13 million to, or excuse me, whatever. Yeah,
13.2 million.
Yeah. So my minimum cost achieved 6 gold.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can only do this once. You might be able to blitz it multiple times.
It's once because it comes up with a spec op.
Okay, spec
And
up found.
I don't.
But are
know
you
what
full?
spec up is.
Are you full?
I don't.
Are
know.
you?
Probably.
He
No,
must-
it doesn't matter if I think I would have a space. It doesn't show, but it would
So
have.
you should have got
blitz again.
Yeah, but see, you get that extra resources
Yeah,
added on.
I'll do it
So
again.
you can only blitz it once by the looks of it. So
it gave me road rage.
honestly, to be quite honest, that ain't worth the 6 gold.
Nope.
I don't. No, but this is what you guys got to understand. It's base specific. I mean, what you're doing.
No, it's not just base specific. It would also be what kind of damage you've taken.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is you're not going to want to use it for every single base you hit. The point of it is to save you time doing multiple bases. The idea about it is, say you need to do 100 bases, right? The idea of doing 100 bases for a lot of people can be daunting. But a lot of people could be willing to, say, do 50 bases and blitz the others. So you only have to actually do 50, but you get the, by paying the gold for the blitz, you actually end up doing the 100 bases. That's what people need to understand. You're not re-rolling. You're getting a completely new base done for that gold price. The blitz price.
You're overcomplicating it by saying that they're doing a base on your behalf. Just say you're getting a secondary prize, because that instills that I would sit here and watch them complete a base for me.
But that's why I'm saying that's why it's instant.
I understand what you're trying to convey. I understand what you're trying to convey.
This concept they've brought. There are other games that do this. For example,
other games do it that way. This is Kickside. They do shit all kinds of.
Yeah. For example, War Commander Rogue Assault. It works in that game, and that's why they brought it into this game. And it is a good concept because for people that it allows people to farm for people that are willing to coin. It allows them to do a lot more farming in a shorter amount of time. Because basically what you get for the blitz cost, you get a whole new base done instantly. That's why it only works on a one attack base, because it takes the repair you get from that one base, that one attack, and implements it back into the thing. That's why it has to be off one attack, and it can't be based off multiple attacks.
All right, so I'm doing a lesser base right now just to see what this one does.
Okay,
did any of your units get damaged?
All right,
I don't know.
Guys,
no, they didn't.
According to Skip, it is an opportunity to replay the base. You do not lose what you just got, so it's on top of what you got. So in this, you got 15.6 million. Now, if you do the blitz on it,
it didn't blitz. It just hung up. So I'll go do another base. I'll do a higher base. I don't care.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
It needs to have the blitz icon. Did that base?
Yes, it had the blitz icon.
All right. Sorry, I didn't see. I didn't
see I know. I'm rushing around. I'll do another 40. Go ahead. Continue.
But according to that, you get that, and then you get the second prize. So if let's say it gave you another 16.5 million res, you'll get both. So
you cut out.
Click and clean.
Yes.
Oh, they said you did the wrong 40 Venom in YouTube.
I did the wrong 40. I did a 35 after I did the 40 just to see.
So.
Do you know how much
damage I took?
Medals. How many medals you had before?
No, I don't pay attention to that shit.
It's important to note because you'll get your first medal prize, and then when you hit the blitz, you get a second payout.
Okay, this is straight from CM Bernie. So you get the prize for beating that base. If you blitz it, you roll a second prize. That second prize roll uses the normal drop rate for that base.
Exactly.
So
what it's basically giving you is
you're getting double the prize, basically.
Exactly.
For the gold.
The gold gives you a secondary
Secondary prize.
It
so.
shouldn't really say secondary. It gives you a full prize of what you get for that base, completing that base.
Right. So you're getting both. End of story. That's it. Problem solved. No more.
Yeah, no, I wasn't at all saying that you weren't getting the original prize for completion. My theory, though, was that instead of getting the prize, what I considered the secondary prize, it was holding that back and then making you pay to roll that prize. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not eloquently trying to explain my point of view, but
I think I get you. So
it's but that's why I was trying to explain it in the way I was, because that's what they do in
Rogue Assault.
For example, in War Commander Rogue Assault, you get the option to blitz a base. I think 1, 5 or 15 times, 10 times, or some shit. I can't remember. I never really did it, but I knew it had that option.
So in other words, you're rolling for basically them to do a base in the background for you instantly, the same way, the same amount of damage to get the second prize, which is same thing. So it is what it is.
Now this is one thing I want to specify. I believe you do not take that. It doesn't double your damage. What you pay for is because the gold cost in the blitz covers the damage repair, that damage, so your units don't get any more damage by doing it or anything. It's all covered by the gold cost. And the reason why there's a standard price for specific bases, that covers the time you're freeing up on yourself, and then the repair cost, that covers itself, and that's why you pay for the repair cost and a like standard prize, a constant.
Think of it this way.
Let's move on. Let's just move on.
Well, I was just going to say that the easiest way for me to conceive of this is as I'm completing this base, it is mirroring my completion.
Yes.
On a separate plane.
Yes. Exactly.
In the back. So congratulations, Commander. Here's my reward. 5,000 medals. Collect. There's my blitz for 46 gold. I don't have 46 gold, so I'm not going to blitz it.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah,
I would not. So in that case,
I wouldn't blitz. Perfect.
See,
I would, but I'm not going to put my credit card information up.
This is the other thing you need to consider. Whether you need to try to blitz the right bases. I mean, obviously, you're not going to blitz like a level 30 or some shit. I wouldn't be blitzing, that for that cost, because I find that ridiculous.
Not for 46 gold.
However, you weren't really trying to hit that base to get a minimum repair cost.
I could give 2 craps about my repair costs.
Exactly, but that's the thing. With doing these bases, that's the idea. You minimize your amount of repair. It'll minimize your amount of it'll minimize your blitz cost.
Right. Now with the thing with the blitz, even if you get no damage, ladies and gentlemen, there's still the minimum amount for that secondary time around.
Yes.
That covers your time. The time it would the time that you that 𝕾𝖃𝖈 frees up for you by instantly doing this base.
Right.
So they'll always. Otherwise, it's pointless. It becomes a pointless.
Sparky out there just did a Iron Strike 60, 30 seconds repair, still cost him 15 gold. So as Fear said, it is saving you the time. That's pretty much it. It's like doing an instant. It's like doing an upgrade that has 30 minutes left. It costs you 2 gold. So
they're playing this fucking blitz thing in the wrong way.
No, it's
fucking stupid, man.
All right, now this one's 3.
All right.
And why don't you just coin your resources?
Now I just
blitzed you. Go around farming Iron Strike 60s all day with free repair.
Because this is what I'm saying. You need to pick the base.
It takes me 10 minutes to fill up, dude.
Yeah, but you need to pick the base that you want. You might, it might offer you, for example, during the event, you might be able to blitz an Omega base.
So if they had something like, say, Spec Ops or Shadow Ops base where we can get the new tech. If they apply the Blitz where you get extra tech, then it might be worth it.
They could. And that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't want to do this. There are specific bases you wouldn't want to do this in. You need to pick and choose the right base to do this on based on the prizes you would get from said base.
I don't know, man.
I wouldn't do it to get res, for example. I wouldn't do it to get Thor either, because for me they're easy to get. However, if I wanted to say, if I was doing a, for example, a Titan base, because I just see they're on the map right now, right? I might be inclined to want to do that. Or if I maybe during the event, eventually they might make the sector goal bases blitzable, so you'd be able to blitz them. You'd get twice as many done.
I don't like my idea of putting the gold thing there in the first place for my res base. What if somebody actually clicks that? I don't know. Accidentally use my fucking gold to 100 million Thor or whatever. Maybe
then maybe they need to add a confirm button after you hit the.
Yeah, if they do that,
I would agree. They probably will.
That's a sore subject with me, because I've multiple times clicked the package deal and not clicked confirm, but it immediately takes the gold. The 199 gold disappears. I don't click confirm. I didn't want it.
I've done the same thing.
Yeah. So
on accident, and
so they have to make sure the confirm actually works.
Yeah. So that's the same with that button on when you start your Shadow Ops. It's got the button where it's the plus 10% points, and it's 10 gold to activate it. I've accidentally clicked that many times, thinking I was activating Shadow Ops when I wasn't.
I've done that once or twice myself.
On the bottom, yeah.
So
I've eaten that.
Something else we need to talk about. I don't think there was anything mentioned about it yet. We'll talk about this, or we may talk about it later. Platoon morale. We want to talk about that after talking about Warpath and Invasion.
I would do the Warpath and Invasion and hope that maybe we're lucky enough to get somebody to pop on who has more insight into this morale thing as well. So
it is possible, hopefully.
I had a quick read of it last night.
So
I get the gist of it.
Yeah, we're hoping that somebody can enlighten us, but we'll see. We'll give them time.
We'll give them time. Maybe, maybe not. It all depends.
Yep.
Because you got to remember it's their time after hours. So
exactly.
So go ahead and highlight me real quick. We're going to talk about Warpath. And then
you're already highlighted and shown.
All right. So Warpath commander. The sectors at war clash with the most fearsome commanders. Champ. That's the world map of the latest installment of Warpath. Earn honor, climb to the leaderboard, and lay waste to all that you face. Precious Bloodthorn awaits the champions. Do you have what it takes? Warpath round, whatever we're on right now. They're saying round 1, but it's well past that. So this is going to start May 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, aka Kickside time, and will end May 13th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, during the Warpath, players will earn honor from player-based engagements. Honor can only be earned while Warpath is active. The more honor you earn, the higher your placement in Warpath division ranks for exclusive rewards. Rewards will be placed on the total sum of honor earned. During Warpath, perma-damage bubbles and damage protection bubbles will be placed over players during Warpath after you have attacked a player's base. Perma-damage bubble prevents you from attacking the same player again. Perma-damage bubbles also prevent you from attacking multiple times by the same player. Perma-damage protection expires at the end of the round. So basically, let's see, regular protection times have been reduced to 4 hours during Warpath. Repair time and cost for base defenders have been reduced by 50% while Warpath is active. So this tells me, wait a second, on this one right here. So for Champ, he's got, 50% already because of your go-go bar being maxed? So does this mean you're going to get an instant repair on your?
No. It would be 50%, and then 50% of that, which would give him a 75% reduction. But even then, I don't know if it stacks.
I don't know if it stacks. That's something I might have.
That's the way they usually do it. They stack it.
Which would be good, which would benefit a lot of players that have maxed buildings. So, so basically you got your 4-hour damage bubble if you get hit. After that, your bubble pops. The same player, though, that just hit you will not be able to hit you again for the duration. You'll get a nice little pink bubble to them. So, leaderboard divisions. The Warpath leaderboard tracks all players engaging in PvP. Players are ranked into divisions from highest to lowest based off their honor gained. There are 5 Warpath ranking divisions: Diamond, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. Divisional rankings are based off a player's global leader ranking. To be placed in a division, a player must meet the honor requirements listed below. Each division ranking awards Bloodthor crystals and medals. A player ranking in the highest division, Diamond and Platinum, will have access to greater rewards. Rewards are issued after the conclusion of Warpath. Prizes are based off your honor rating, as shown below. And hang on one second. Okay, and according to Bernie, the blitz can be only one time and one time only. So your diamond division, we'll start off the bottom. So let's say you get 1 honor. You hit 1 base, you got 1 honor, you get 0 Bloodthor. You get 25,000 medals. Bronze division is 2,000 honor. You get 1 Bloodthor, 50,000 medals. Silver is 400,000. You get 2 Bloodthor, 60,000 medals. Gold division is 6,000 honor. You'll get 3 Bloodthor and 80,000 medals. This is where you get the extra prizes. Is if you're in the platinum, 8,000 honor, you'll get Bloodthor 4. You'll get 110,000 medals, and you'll get a trophy. We all love those trophies, whether or not if it's good or not. Now, the Diamond Division is 10,000 honor or above. You'll get 6 Bloodthor and 150,000 medals and a trophy.
Oh. A cool trophy.
It's the same trophy.
It's not the same trophy. It's slightly different.
What were the past 2?
Maybe. We'll see.
I already have that spinning blood crystal.
Oh, that's one. I like that trophy.
I do like it.
It's slightly different.
So this is for your Diamond Division. You'll get the blood. You'll get the Diamond trophy, the Blood Diamond.
All right. I'm comparing. I don't see how they're slightly different.
I'm trying to compare. I'm waiting for my base to load.
So
I can screen share.
Here's the
I will say
platinum. Here's the platinum trophy.
See, it misses all the blood. It's a shitty trophy. It misses all the blood. That's why the diamond trophy all the way.
They both...
Hurry up and load, you stupid base.
Well, here, I'll screen share.
Hold
on, let me screen share for you. So
okay, I will agree with Venom. It does look pretty much the same.
Oh yeah, one argument tonight. Yay! It's only because my wife.
It does look pretty much identical. I'm looking at mine right now.
All right. Let me get out of this. Zoomity doomy. I'll full screen.
The blood knuckles.
The blood knuckles. Here it is over there. Oh wait, you can't see that shit. This won't zoom if I do this thingy. It's not gonna make it. Oh yeah, there we go. Woohoo! Look at that.
It also works well if you go into your buildings and go to your Warpath trophy.
I could do that too. But this, it shows the animation there as well. But yeah, there's the blood driplets on the bottom and the spinning chains, and then a fist and the bloody driplet and a gold bowl, and then.
Hey, didn't you watch?
The driplets.
Didn't you watch Bernie's podcast, man? You got to turn off your animations, man, for better performance.
Turning off the animations only affects my visualization. It won't affect my opponent. He has to turn off his, and I turn them off if I'm attacking people. Which
I always have them friendly.
All right, back to
Invasion.
Finishing this up, okay. Honor is a point system here determined by the player's placement on the leaderboard. Like Infamy, honor is earned by attacking a winning player base attacks and lost by defeats and losing against a player's attack. Honor is earned from PvP engagement in the following ways. Defeat the player's base with a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star victory. Honor increased honor is earned by defeating a player of a higher level. A player with more honor, defeating a player and earning more stars in a battle. Now, the only problem I have with this is the second one, defeating a player with more honor. How many of you actually have, let's say, hit somebody with 10,000 honor and you have, let's say, 8,000? And they're level 38, let's say. You don't get that honor. At least
yeah, but it prioritizes player level over.
But
that's why
it shouldn't. It should be just like Infamy. They have a higher Infamy. You're going to get more Infamy off of them. If A, you're in the same tier, and B, if they have higher Infamy, you're going to get more off of them. So the honor should play the same part.
It's a yes and no. It's a yes and no.
It is a yes and no, but
you will get more honor off them as opposed to hitting someone at that exact same level with no honor, for example.
Yeah, the honor's more based on your level than it is.
Well,
Correct.
honor
the amount of honor you require. They base it on what level you are and what player you're attacking.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not really right if, for example, a level 48 goes and hits a level 10 that's got 10 million honor, for example. I mean, obviously they're going to get smashed to the shit out of them.
Well, the last known variables for the honor after they rehashed what they were doing was the main factors were the player level that you were attacking up or down, more so than the honor level of that player, and what the player defender's base was outfitted with. The more defenders in the base, more attrition that you'd have to take, which meant that you got a better payout. So those were the last things that had been posted about what they had redone and re-leveled the variables and the basis of what your payouts were. But you're absolutely right. They prioritize a player's in-game XP value more than, or their own player level more than they do the amount of honor in the base.
That's why it's such a grind for high levels.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. It's a grind for us high levels, especially if you race to get there and you're up in the top level. Also, it allows the notable understanding that a low-level player can get a huge amount of honor, and a high-level player can't hit a 32 who's got 9,000 honor and get jack squat off of them.
True.
So it's this weird dichotomy of, you as a high level can't simply milk huge amounts of honor off of a low level player, which is easy to steamroll over. But at the same time, lower levels can shoot up and hit you and take everything you got with one attack, especially with our new friendly unit that seems to
the 𝕮𝖆𝖴.
So be that as it may, that's something to keep in mind when this whole thing drops on us in the next day or two.
I was literally just thinking about a new way to use the 𝕮𝖆𝖴, and I'm trying to get a friend to test it out.
Oh, this is weird, man.
What's that?
I just tested that morale thing.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get. That's the last thing we're going to talk about. So, with that being said, back to the Warpath thing. We all know about the damage protection, but while it's active, you can only hit a player once, and after that, if you end attack while doing an attack, let's say you accidentally hit end attack while hitting them. Oops, sorry, they get the pink bubble. You can't hit them again. So bring what you want, what you need to take that base. Get as much damage as you can.
Advanced scout for the win.
Yep.
That is. Oh my gosh.
So, the protection bubble that's permanent, that you can't hit them again, is pink to you. So, yeah. Of course, you got the blood thorium and the blood market. Blood thorium is earned after Warpath ends. You can only earn blood thorium through your PvP. Open the blood thorium market by clicking on the bottom button menu as shown above, and the market will open up. Or by clicking on the gear store and then clicking on exchange.
All right. I want to point out something to Kickside because they really fucked up on this. like really, really fucked up. They've got Invasion and Warpath active at the exact same time.
We'll get to that too at the end.
And I'm not going to refer, but also out there at YouTube is right. They also have those who haven't quite completed their shadow ops. They might have to go hit those bases to finish off their week. So, I mean, just damage on top of damage on top of damage. So be mindful.
But remember, we all do get a little damage reduction,
Yep.
base plats, and all that good other stuff. So, but with that being said, off to the next thing, which is the invasion, which is going to be running the same time this is. So remember, let's see here. What date did this start? This is going to be starting May 11th and ending May 13th. Oops, wrong one.
Yeah, I seriously do not like them running Invasion and Warpath at the same time.
So
I agree. They
need to separate those two.
Yep. So here's
to me, that's just like
if they were running back to back, I'd have no issue with it. Like if literally as soon as one finished, the other one started, no issues, no real issues. I mean, it'd be nice to at least get a day between them to repair and everything. But
okay,
I
guys,
agree too.
Okay, guys. So.
Okay, Dave. Okay, Dave. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, douchey.
You're welcome.
Hey.
Yeah.
Chill.
Don't be a douche, David.
So, there's spiders everywhere. Their details start is May 10th. One day prior to your Warpath. May 13th, it ends, which is, I do believe, the same day.
Same day as Warpath. You have three days of overlap. Or you have the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th, where both are simultaneously running.
So you basically have, if you're going to do Invasion and Warpath, if you want basically to do it, you have 1 day to do it without, the possibility of somebody coming in and smashing your base. Like Champ is going to be doing the first day, coming in and smashing mine.
Well, you also have 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then
So.
And then you can do as far as you can do, and then you're out of your protection, and somebody else hits you, and then you got 4 hours. So you go in, you do your shit, you get bubbled.
Yeah.
Just make sure your tunes don't have low morale.
Yeah.
Well, that's outside the flat.
All right. So here we go. The invasion follows with the same difficulty structure as the last version. You can only win prizes from each wave once during the entire event. Additional payouts of invasion should be used only to improve your time and placement in the leaderboard. So you get the prize once and once only. Your rewards are the following: Wave 1 Hammer, Wave 2 Detonator, Wave 3 Disruptor, Wave 4 Bone Saws, Wave 5 2 Hammers, full component set, 2 Detonators,
50 mil full. Sorry.
2 component set. Wave 7 is 2 Disruptors full component set. Bone Saws, 2 full component sets. And here's Wave 9. You get 50 million Thor. Wave 10, you get 2 Hammer training tokens, 2 Detonator training tokens, 2 Disruptor training tokens, and 2 Bone Saw training tokens. Yeah. So with that being said, get to Wave 10 and beat it. So that way you get those training tokens.
My philosophy on this is I'm going to, because I know people are going to be after me for Warpath, but I'm just going to wait for someone to get me and then just do it while I'm bubbled. Do the invasion while I'm bubbled. You got 4 hours, right?
Yep, you got 4 hours, basically 1 hour to repair your base unless you coin it.
It's more along the lines of what units you have. That's your repair.
Yeah.
On a kind of a positive thing, I guess since it's during Warpath, you are getting that bonus repair to your base. So I guess that is, the positive outlook way looking at it, but yeah.
Well, here's your rewards for being in the top 100. You're going to get 21 envoy tokens. 101 to 300, you're going to get 15. 301 to 600, 9. And 601 to 1,000, you're going to get 6. Just for completing it, you're going to get at least 3. So that's pretty much. You got to get. I mean, if you don't have any envoy tokens, then you got to try to get that top 100. So that way you're not trading in your techs for envoy tokens.
I traded envoy tokens in for other stuff.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it all depends on your ranking. So, I mean, the last I don't remember what the top time was. I think it was like just under 8 minutes.
It was, dude. It was ridiculous, man. Because there were a bunch of times that were like, because I guess Kickside, they count it down to like the millisecond or something. Because there are a bunch of players with the same time slot.
That is possible, but
like a whole bunch tied, like hundreds of tied with the same time. So I didn't confirm this with any moderator or anything, but I think it was Daba. He speculated they must count it down to the millisecond where they spot players.
No, that would be the opposite. It means they wouldn't count to a fraction of a second. They would just round up to the nearest second, in which case everybody, if you had like 0.44 1/100ths of a second, you were just rounded up to a full second.
I believe it's done in the order of getting that time. So if you were the first person to get that time, you were number one for that time bracket.
Yes. That might be how they do it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's how they do it. Because I think I've observed that kind of pattern.
I'm just not sure. I just saw a whole bunch of people with the same time, but they were out of order.
That last invasion was crazy.
Yeah.
It was absolutely down to the second. Like it was just such a small area for margin, such a small margin of error would completely fuck you. 1 second off, you're done.
Right.
Like you were completely screwed.
And not to be a Debbie Downer, but I always try to keep things in focus, and that is with this in mind. We are seeing a system where they're running simultaneously multiple events. So be mindful of potential lags, disconnects, and whatnot. So follow Skipjack's great plans. Cycle your router in the morning before you start. Clear all your history, your cookies, your cached images and files, and prepare to sit down and run through it, because you're going to expect to see these servers strain over all the different players doing all kinds of different tasks.
Alrighty then.
So which one of you said the Shocky Howl was?
Me.
Shocky Howlers.
That would be me.
Phil's coming for you.
Yeah, right.
Phil, don't play no more.
He's coming. Regardless, he's coming for you.
The last thing on the list that we're going to talk about tonight is probably going to be one of the most heated discussions that we're going to have over the Blitz. So I don't have an image to show you guys or a page on it.
Daba did set into our War Commander Unshackled's Facebook page. There was a post with a few images to help share. But
I just tested it. Well, I just tested with Fear the Stiletto on our sector, and
that's cool.
What happens? Okay, she came to my base. I attacked her tune. I ended attack. Right away, my tune had like a triangle warning sign on it.
Yep.
A caution sign.
A yellow triangle with an exclamation point on it.
So she returned the attack on my tune, ended attack. My attack retreated to my base. And then I popped out another tune, attacked her tune, because her tune was now in, had the low morale or whatever. Attacked her tune, ended attack again. Her tune retreated to her base.
This is the only test if you are both capable of doing right now. The only test that I have, you've done attack, retreat, and then counterattack. What I want to know, and this is subject to breaking base walls of just 60 deep of tunes that are just parked there. If one of you was to go up to a base, attack the outset defensive platoon, retreat, attack, retreat. I want to know, does you as a retreating player lose your morale and your platoon retreat back to your base because you failed to complete the task? Hold on. Because what I read was it was based on defeats.
Dude, it's not based on retreat, because all it does All the morale does is retreat your tune. That's all it do.
Yeah,
So once you get back to your base, you can redeploy it. Morale is full.
Let me go ahead.
Retreating has nothing to do with it.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I go to a base. There's a tune outside. I attack that platoon. I retreat. I attack that platoon again, and I retreat or end attack. Does my platoon get sent back because I failed?
Yes, it does.
That
That's
platoon
what I just
in
tested.
Okay, let me read this, guys.
It's not retreat. You attack and attack. There's a difference.
Yeah, attack and attack. Attack and attack.
Let me go ahead and read this, guys, real quick then. Okay. Platoon morale is being initiated. Okay, that was initiated after the downtime. Commanders are break through the enemy lines like never before, introducing platoon morale. Defeated platoons will now experience low morale, which will be indicated by an icon above them when viewed on the world map. After another defeat, they will retreat back to the base, thus that hex unoccupied. When the same platoon is redeployed into the world map, its morale has been restored. So, with that being said, if I attack Champ's platoon, I end attack. He gets a victory. I get a defeat.
No, you get a defeat and a low morale.
And I get the low morale. Now, if I do the same thing again, that's 2 defeats on my platoon. It gets sent back to my base. However, Champ should still be no morale. He should have.
It's on the attacker, not on the defender.
Right. So if you attack a plat, make sure you kill it.
So
the only thing I can
it discourages players from holding other players' tunes, whether they be friendly or non-friendly.
Yes. The only thing I would love to see, honestly, 𝕾𝖒𝖆, is so if I attack Champ's platoon, don't destroy it. I get my low morale and because I got defeated. If I attack his platoon and I kill his platoon, my morale gets boosted back up to normal. It shouldn't stay low morale.
If you attack and retreat and then reacquire the attack, that is a good point. That would be nice. If your secondary attack is successful, you return to your original full health.
I believe 𝕾𝖒𝖆 will be looking into implementing like different changes to the morale eventually. For the time being, because I was going through the post and the subsequent 15 pages of comments on said post, and I did see one person who posted about this exact same thing, and specifically as well, say you're hitting someone's tune, you don't necessarily kill the whole tune, but you kill a good portion of the tune. You should say take a morale hit, not a full hit, but like a percentage equal to the amount of, say, health of that tune that you took out, if that makes sense. So if you kill half the tune, you should only lose, say, half the morale.
Half morale, so you get another what? Half.
So instead of 50%, because at the moment you lose 50% if you no matter what.
Yeah.
So say you kill his turn, you do half the damage to his turn, you should only, say, lose 25% morale, for example. But then if you killed another turn, it should boost up your morale. That is, I think, something 𝕾𝖒𝖆 will look into, because somebody did in the forums bring this point up, and I believe Golden Doodle did respond to him and say that is something we can look at implementing into the future. But for now, for this, because it's still brand new, they're only focusing on that 2-prong aspect where you fail one attack, you fail a second attack, it's gone.
I have not lost my shit, Hunter.
Yeah, this morale thing is a work in progress. It will get tweaked, made better. So I mean, it's just like the events, guys. We all know the very first initial, when they changed the format, the first event totally sucks for most people. Then it gets better the second event. By the third event, fourth event, it's rock solid. We love it. We praise it. We give it all kinds of good kudo points. So, I mean, look at the last event we just did. Everybody gave it, high marks because it was spot on to what, the payout was great. The difficulty level was great. So this is going to be a work in progress. It is to combat, of course, the Ring of Fire, which we all freaking hate. However,
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Crying out loud.
Yes, it is a good tactic. However,
However, yeah, people do use glitches on it and cheats on it.
So, and this will hopefully counteract that, which is what they're hoping. So, you know, low morale twice on a platoon that gets attacked with somebody that's, you know, using a scripted attack. So, as they put it, it will send that tune home. Point blank.
Well, yeah, understand that's still allotting basically 3 attacks, because player A attacks player B, doesn't do anything. Player A gets low morale. Player B attacks player A, doesn't get anything, then gets its low morale. Then player A attacks player B again for the secondary, doesn't do anything, and player A goes back. So you're still suffering at least 3 recurrences of the situation.
So, but I mean, that's maybe why they may not implement, you know, you attack a player, you get low morale, you re-attack the player, you destroy their platoon, your morale goes back up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a lot of things that I'm sure they're gonna have to look through, but hopefully they'll sort it all out.
I'm wondering if it applies to bases.
No, it's tunes.
It does.
So if you
player bases.
Base,
player bases.
Yeah, player base.
Yes,
so
it does.
If you attacking, that should not be applied to attacking bases.
It does. It is applied to. I haven't, but it was stated that it does apply to player bases.
Well, fuck, dude. If you haven't tested it,
it was. Well, I don't know. I took it off there. You know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't fail people's bases.
I'm gonna test. I'm gonna test this. No, because I hold bases sometimes.
You want to screen share that?
Well,
you're gonna go to a friend's
kind of the
base.
same issue, I guess, 𝕾𝖶𝖊 have. Holding someone's base isn't allowing them the opportunity to defend their base properly.
I will say this.
I am presenting.
Yes, I will say this. If it does effectively work, I got him. If it does effectively work,
tested it, it does apply to the bases as well.
Yep. And I'll explain why right now, because if they only had made it to platoons, you would see people stop doing Ring of Fires and just hitting the bases and holding the bases instead, which defeats the complete purpose of having the morale, because then you've just gone from one way to another way.
Well, what if you? Okay,
the only way to combat the issue in total was to have it applicable to both platoons and player bases.
What if you actually for real attack a base and you don't fully lose your tune and the time runs out?
Well, then you lose that one morale.
That's
if you fail a second time,
your platoon would retreat.
Your platoon goes.
Okay.
If you need 3 attacks to hit someone's base,
you're fucked.
You know, I'm not. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, if you need 3 attacks to hit someone's base,
the only question to this is, would it affect all platoons surrounding the base? So you bring 3 tunes up, you deploy 1, it fails.
Yeah,
Does one deployed platoon become the one that gets the low morale, or do all 3 platoons subject to that same issue? Again, these are things that have to be experimented with and seen.
Yeah, well, let's see how it works out. You know, see how it works out. You know, it's a pretty big change to PvP. So,
yep, it's a nut crusher.
As I said, it's a work in progress. We all know it. As it gets tweaked, it gets made better and better each time until it's pretty much perfect. So,
I hope Faza.
So, with that being said, what else is there to talk about? Any questions out in YouTube land?
We could go back onto what I was ranting and raving about.
I can't remember which topic. There's so many.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much we've discussed. The issue of invasion and warpath running simultaneously. Honestly, 𝕾𝖶𝖊, I would have rather seen, one or the other.
I would have rather them dropped the invasion and not done it. Just do the warpath. And
we've all done it this way, where it has been done in the past to us. It was onslaught, event, invasion. all one right after the other. I would have rather seen either Invasion or Warpath dropped until after the event. That would have been prudent, but you know,
I don't even like seeing events and shadow ops coincide with one another, and that's happened. You know, it's
very rare, but it does. Yes.
Like I said, there is a silver lining though, because you do get the repair boost on your base tunes.
Possibly, but
you should. If Warpath's going on at the same time, you should.
But that's hold on. But that is two units that 𝕾𝖶𝖈 sending into your base. You get the repair, or I mean, excuse me, the Warpath getting the repair. What I'm saying is when 𝕾𝖶𝖈 sends their stuff in, is it still going to be subject?
It should, because
I hope so.
Well, if players do their invasion. While they're not in a bubble, that is a major vulnerability to their base. Because there are plenty of players out there that look for people doing invasion just to hit their base because they know it's beaten up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the normal strategy.
If I'm going grizzly hunting, I'd rather get the injured grizzly than the live, pissed off, totally healthy one.
That's my point. So,
you're assuming there's a heart involved in this whole big mess.
I'm assuming common sense is involved in this whole thing, and they don't change our base platoon repairs. Because it's still Warpath, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, but my big fear is that obviously 𝕾𝖶𝖈 knows when the code goes through, whether it is their units in a PvE battle, hence invasion, or our units in a PvP battle, hence Warpath. If it shows up in script as PvE attack, they don't have to give you repair reduction.
Yeah, I understand your point.
That sucks.
I'm trying to look at the bright side of things, okay, man?
No, I agree. I'm hoping. I'm totally hoping that you're right. That, you know.
I hope so too.
We take different approaches to Warpath.
You gotta understand when I'm on these shows, my whole drive is to go against a person so that they'll debate and come up with, you know, a strong conviction about.
You're going against the grain of 𝕾𝖶𝖈, which I completely understand. They've screwed us so many times.
Exactly. I'm sore.
But I'm just trying to.
You're right.
I'm trying to, have a good. I don't know.
Well, all I can see is in what is it? 2 days on Friday, we will know 100% sure whether or not your thesis is correct.
Are you guys doing a little invasion show or no?
Tomorrow? What do you think?
Is it invasion tomorrow?
Yes, it is.
Tomorrow, Thursday, becomes the invasion. Friday will start Warpath.
Oh, okay.
And invasion.
Oh,
yeah.
So tomorrow starts invasion, and then Friday starts Warpath. So we do get a day.
We get one day. 1 day to do your best.
That's okay then.
Yeah.
All righty then. Any moans, groans, complaints from YouTube?
I put down my cell phone. Where is it?
Any fuck you 𝕾𝖶𝖈s? No? Not once? Twice?
Well, unfortunately.
I kind of like everything that they're kind of doing so far. That made it really
the big silence on your fear. You know, even that beautiful picture of 𝕮𝖃𝖏𝑚 can't save you from that deadening silence.
No, I mean, like, for example, the Blitz idea, it's a great idea. You know, like, I personally won't be using it because I don't coin. But, you know, for the people out there that do coin, you can find a very good use for it. And it will help. It helps with the time constraint. You know, if a lot of people have a time constraint, the Blitz is a great feature, as well as the fact that it lessens the grind by technically 50% on certain things.
The big bonus would be the loot chests.
Look, my bitter pill with the whole thing is, you know, I for one, you know, I'm not hypocritical. We have all asked for them to return the reroll capabilities in rogue bases when it was broken. We were all trying to get them to fix it as quickly as possible. Then they outright removed it. At least that got rid of the pop-up because we were sick and tired of seeing it come up when we knew it didn't work anyway. But for the love of me, I didn't want to see it come back as a cash option.
Yeah, but this is better because you're not just re-rolling it for a different prize. You're getting a whole new prize. The use of it is different.
It's still, I'm stubborn as a mule when it comes to it, but it's not different. You're getting a different prize. In the old adage, you put it in, it would change what the reward was. You got the secondary reward for your institutorium. In this, you put gold in, you get a second reward changed because of the gold. It's to me, I understand I understand your principle as to how it's operating, but the underlying end result is, to me, the same. But that's just me. So
the point that makes it different is you're not just getting that secondary prize. You're getting the entire base worth of. And
then I want them to double the amount of XP that I get rewarded. If I am getting a mirrored copy of effort, then I want double XP, and I want to rank up from 44, 45 to 46 quicker.
Now I'm not 100% sure on the XP. You
don't get player XP for a bonus loop.
Exactly. So, you're saying that it is saving me time by doing 2 bases at once, which means fuck your time. I'll do my 2 bases individually.
That's fine. If you want to do that, you can do it.
Then allow me to opt out of it.
You don't have to do it, though. That's the thing.
No. I'm saying opt out of the whole system so that I can just do my bases and get my original thing and not have to worry about it. And just give me don't even do the mirror thing.
But don't hit.
I'm just being a dick. Stop.
I know you are.
Stop.
The point is.
Problem solved. Don't hit the reroll. Okay.
I know. But I already did.
All right. Since there isn't much left out in YouTube, anybody asking questions? There's not many moans, groans, complaints except for Hunter.
Tech chest.
Okay. Yeah. So, with that being said, let's get this thing wrapped up a little bit. We'll start.
Oh, their terms.
Huh?
I'm just talking to Skip out there.
So. Let's see. I'm gonna one last thing. Question: can we go over the roll thing again? No, Hunter. Rewind. Replay. I'll explain it to you in PM. How's that? Okay. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with Champ. Any last comments?
No.
Shout outs you want to give?
Thanks for having me on. Shout out to YouTube.
And anytime, Champ, you're always welcome. You know that.
Thanks.
And the infamous Fear the Peel eating his chicken.
Them chicken.
You didn't eat chicken?
Huh?
What is it? What you got? Any last things you want to say? Shout outs?
Them chicken.
Okay, that's it. All right. Zach, I know you don't have a mic. Any last words, comments, shout outs from you? I'll give him a minute. He says nope. That's funny. So, Venom, anything from you? Moans, groans, complaints?
Wait. Okay.
Any rants?
Okay. Well. Oh, I don't know. Why am I no longer in chat? All right, I don't know. I was just reading YouTube. Don't know, but send a PM. Maybe we can figure it out in YouTube there. My shout outs are to the panelists that came and joined. Always pleased to have somebody to butt heads with and to get as many people to think about stuff and explain their ideas. To David for running tonight's show, which I'm sure now he realizes why I took a step back and for putting up with me talking too much. And for all of you out there in YouTube, to grace us with your presence, it's a real privilege. Down in the bottom in the description is 𝕾𝖆𝖊𝖓𝖙's PayPal. So again, always please, if you feel happy, please donate a little bit of spare change to him and his bills and his medical issues. So that's always going to continue to go. And I don't know, maybe we'll throw a thing up tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's me.
All right. Well, let's see here. Like I said, everybody, things are changing for the better, hopefully. Everything's still a work in progress. The Blitz, the new missions, and the new morale. Let's give it some time. If you're going to make posts, keep them constructive. That's about it on that. I want to thank Champ for the appeal, Zach and Venom for showing up on the panel tonight. Would have been kind of boring if it was just me and Venom. I want to thank everybody out on YouTube for coming out and watching the show, and all those that will be watching it later. So remember, this is just a pixel game. We play it for fun. Too many people take this thing so seriously. Don't. It's just a game. So with that, I'm going to thank everybody tonight for showing up. Lady Warrior, shout out to you. Hunter Hamish, we love you. I didn't time you out tonight, but so I'll just say it, you know.
I would if I could.
Yeah. So Phil would, but I'm not going to tonight. But we still love you. You bring new light to the YouTube channel with your questions. So with that being said, I'm going to wish everybody a good night, a good morning, and a good
Guten Tag.
good afternoon. So y'all have a good night. This is War Commander. Peace out.